Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Blackbird Podcast. Oh, it's surprisingly warm in here. I think I'm late. Am I late? Let's say nothing. Don't tell anyone. Our secret. Nice cup of coffee at the end of a long day. I was at the I'm probably going to say this wrong. Aos Dana. It's a location in Wexford. We were shooting. It's a club, archery club. First shoot of the year was yesterday, and we were there. Myself and David, the brother, who was driving. Dopes. We thought it was like an hour or maybe 10 minutes. We'd be there. Fucking 2 hours, man. Jesus. So it was no rest for the wicked. And then to make it worse, went down there and shot shit. It's a hard course though, to be fair. But you know, it's I didn't get the scores yet, but I didn't win a medal. I knew I wasn't going to win a medal. I wasn't going there to win a medal. I was going there to just go there, you know, first shoot of the year, get into the, how would you say it, the mindset for the year, just keep going. But then when I didn't get a medal, I was kind of very annoyed with myself. Like, you fucking fuck. You should have won a medal. You're good enough to, but you didn't. Talk is cheap. Brother David won a medal though, and his bow is kind of fucked up. He damaged it. So he's freaking out over his bow. But then again, he's always freaking out over his bow. Those fucking bows. It's just fucking headache. That being said, my bow is a pure cunt. But these are things to fix. And like I said to the brother, now is the time to shoot shit, if you're going to shoot shit at all. Early doors. But I had a good team. The infamous Mick Siri, who's a mad fucker. Anthony Cochran, who's a funny fucker and a mad fucker. And Terry Dempsey, who's probably the, I don't know how would you, he's a fucking dinger of an archer, an assassin. Actually, the three of them are assassins. It's just Anthony decided to go trad bow for some reason. And it turns out he can shoot that too. Them fuckers can shoot anything. So there I was too busy laughing and missing. And Anthony, I think, did a slow motion video, and I could see that my release was shocking. But it was good to know. It's good to find out all these things. Tick all the boxes. So, fuck, what a drive though. To drive home, I don't know how he didn't fall asleep. But it's, like I said, it's the first one of the year, and it was good. I like going to that place. It's fucking challenging. They have a lot of these targets at the start. Now what I'm saying, this is field archery for those who don't know, okay? Because some wacko gave me some nonsense about a year ago when I was the PRO for Galty Archery. You'd be taking photos and you'd be writing blogs, what the club's up to when there's events happening and all that jazz. And I had all these fucking things, and I photographed them. And this person seems to think that we go shooting real life animals. Like, that's illegal, first of all, in Ireland. And they'd be the safest animals on the planet if it was the case. But it's not. So, be assured. These are, they call them 3D targets. They're some of them, when was it, Limerick, I think, last year? I went to Limerick, I think they had a few new targets, and the fucking hours just glanced off them. But that can happen. That can happen to anybody. So, the first bunch of targets we had were these, the first one was a penguin, okay? It was about maybe 2 feet tall, and it was very skinny. But still, you'd be thinking, like, what the boys say, aim small, miss small, you know, you should be hitting them, but I think I was fucking blind. It was dark in there as well, because it was very overcast. I didn't even bother coming up with excuses yesterday. Just said, well, that's because I'm shit. Do better. So it's good to know where you are, because when you're in the range, it's all well and good. You're practicing well, I'm usually arguing with my bow of late. I must rectify these things. But you're going through your form. You're doing X, Y, and Z. Just getting back into it after the Christmas break. But then to go to the woods, different animal, different beast. And the jokers then you get saddled with, you can be easily just laughing your head off through the day and just not shoot properly anyway. But there was no excuses yesterday. It was a shit show for me. But it was still good to be there. It's good laughs. Everything that I wasn't happy with is easily improved upon. And will be. So that's what I did yesterday. Met some mad bastards in the woods. And missed a bunch of targets. Although I got some good ones, I must say. I was very happy with the ones I did well on. Came back here then and I was going to do stuff, but too late, too tired. Fuck it. I got a bunch of little snippets from yesterday and I just said, I was going to make that like a podcast, but I said, you lazy bastard. So I just made a quick little snippet of a thing, and because I think it's fun, there's funny bits in it, so I fired it up. Some people actually like to see that kind of thing, the woods we'd be shooting in, what we'd be shooting, the lunatics you'd be shooting with. Good crack. Oh, that's a lovely cup of coffee. And you mix cereal now. Here's a perfect example of how far off where you should be, how far off that you are. This guy wins medals, and he's fucking berating himself for not doing better and miss it. Every time he missed something, the man went mental. And I have no doubt in my mind when he went home yesterday, he probably shot another bunch of arrows at home. It's just champion mentality. Like, I came home, I don't want to see that fucking boat till Tuesday night. Fucking thing. So who's the crazy one? I'm going with Mick. He's nuts. Ring in, Mick. Go on. Give us a call. We're going live. But I'll definitely shoot me one of these days. So that's what I was doing. Tripsing through the woods. There's some fucking steep slopes in there with targets on the top and on the bottom. It's very good. My distances are shocking. I'm looking at it, I'm like, I don't know. Will I shoot above it or below it? But it's, you realize how fucking, you think you'd be flying it? Oh, last year I think, because you're still enthusiastic and excited about going to shoot and whatnot, and you're starting to do okay, you're starting to not lose arrows, all of these things. I lost a fucking arrow yesterday, actually. It's up in the tree somewhere. God damn it. I tried to get this, I think it was a 50 or 60 yarder, and it was on a rise, and there was fucking trees. It looked beautiful, actually. I should have got more photos yesterday, but when I'm aiming for a 60, I gotta go a mile above the fucker just to land in his foot or something, and you just hear it crash into all the branches above, and it never came down. Fucking thing. So we're down an arrow, but who knows, someone might I doubt it though. I'm sure it's still in the fucking tree. Some squirrel now is fucking impaled up in the tree with a goddamn arrow. No, that didn't happen. So I'm not joking. Even today at work, I'm giggling away to myself when I remember things from yesterday. So it was well worth getting up stupid o'clock and going in the dark. Fucking hate this time of year. But like I said, it's great David was driving. Because I'd be like, oh, we should go for a coffee somewhere. We should pull in here. We should go there. Dave's just bullet home. End of. I'd probably get lost. So here I am again now. Unorganised, but a very eventful weekend. Was very happy with that. Christ, you missed the woods. If you're not into archery, you should really give it a go. You might love it. I'm looking to get a new bow. I fixed up the one I have this year and soldier on. But I'm thinking, fuck it. I see our friend Owen Reynolds got some abuse yesterday because he showed up with a fucking compound bow. He bought this beat up compound bow, but being the MacGyver that he is, it looked sweet to me. I thought, as far as bows go, I mean, I wouldn't shoot. I say now, these days, I wouldn't be interested in compound. Maybe in the future at some stage, but they're a good looking fucking instrument. They're cool, like. And he made a nice job of his one. It's a dinger. Although the one Terry had looked like something Batman would have. If you can imagine Batman having a compound bow, it's Terry's bow. It's a fucking savage looking thing. But Owens was cool too, and he jigged that up, brought that back from the grave really, and he got a fucking medal shooting compound. First time I think he was out shooting a compound, he gets a medal. He's a dinger. And I'll be screaming it from the rooftops when I get a medal, and I will. I think it's only right I should say everyone on my team got a fucking medal. Yes, even Anthony, who only picked the recurve up for the laugh, he got a fucking medal. Nick, of course, got a medal, and Terry got a medal. And Terry was just like, "Ooh, hi guys, I take a photo." It's delighted for them though. It'd be weird if they didn't win a medal, those guys. They're fucking assassins, I'm not joking. Assassins. I think Terry might have got a bit of a culture shock because myself and Mick and Anthony, it turns out, very colourful vocabularies and twisted sense of humour. And Terry comes in and he's all sensible. But I think he laughed a lot. He was laughing quite a lot. I think, Terry, I hope you enjoyed the day, because it was good to meet you, and it was a very enjoyable shoot, as it was with the other two loons. I hope to shoot you again, but this time I won't be fucking talking to you till tea time. So, that's my archery out of the way. Can't help it, it's fucking addictive sport, lads and ladies. It's fucking hilarious. And you wouldn't realise that you're going up and down all these slopes all day, and it's kind of, there was just, you know, as you know, we had a lot of rain recently, so there was a lot of slipping and sliding, but going to 4-wheel drive. But when you wake up the next day, you kind of feel it, you know? Just like, what the fuck? So the stretches were implemented before I got in the van this morning. So yeah, I really hope more people join, because I think they just don't know what they're missing out on. It's one of those kind of things. And I picked up a whole bunch of new little nuggets of information. It usually starts at, look, I'm not giving out to you. But you gotta stop being so relaxed, and then you get a nugget. Like I just assume everyone's gonna give me my score, because you have a team, you have your 2 captains or 1 captain or whatever. They'll delegate, so they might do the scores, or whoever's doing the scores, and then there'll be someone take the arrows from the targets while someone else is looking for arrows that didn't hit the target. So I usually kind of I rarely be scoring them, but I just assume that, you know, of course you're going to write down my correct score. At this stage now, after the speech that who was it? It's fucking Mick Siri. I think, fuck it, every time now I hit a target, I'm going to take a photograph of the fucking thing before I move on looking for stuff. And I realised then my fucking release is shocking. The glove, they're saying go, I use a glove, I used to use a tab tab is something that you just put on your fingers, because when you're doing the recurve, it's all fingers. The lads on the compound, for the most part, would use this fucking click thing. It's just, they click it on, they pull it back, they hit a button, and it flies. Whereas we're all just fingers. And depending on the poundage of your bow, you could probably go without it, like without anything, just use your bare fingers. But I wouldn't recommend it if you want to play the piano. It's just not the thing to do. But so I had a tab at the start, but they fucking kind of annoyed me after a while, and then I realised you could get a glove, so I got a glove by chance when I bought a bow I can't use. Is it the Sage? No, it is the Sage, but the Sage isn't here. And so I got a glove with that, and I thought, sweet, it's just way more. It's just easier. I'm lazy, you know. It seeps out now and then, and you're thinking, you lazy bastard, why don't you just get a good tab? Because apparently the gloves, after a while, they just get all kind of square at the end of your fingertips, and when you're releasing, it kind of catches, it impedes the string's flow, the flight of it, and it's just so it's like I was fucking, you know, flicking it on instead of just having that effortless withdrawal of the hand, as if the string broke through your fingers. But on the slow motion, it looked like I was fucking I don't know, like twitchy. You know what I mean? It's like I didn't want to let it go, try to catch it. I don't know, maybe it was just the angle I saw it on, I don't know, but it's something to be conscious of moving on. I must get a new glove. I'm going to get a new glove, and if that's still the case, I'll probably try the tab again. But yeah, the glove is just so fucking handy. With the tab, you're fucking looking for it, you're taking it off every 2 minutes when you're pulling your arrows and whatnot. So for me, it's like, fuck that, just give me your glove, leave the glove on, and happy days. You take it off at tea time, put it back on when you go, easy. And you get used to it very quickly. Except for when until I saw the slow motion, I didn't think there was an issue. I mean, there's plenty of issues, don't get me wrong. Plenty of issues. I'm writing a book on issues. But I didn't think the glove was one of them. But it turns out that it is. So, new gloves coming. A new glove and more fucking practice. Definitely more practice. No excuses. I was thinking I was doing so well this year, you know. Last year I took the whole fucking winter off. I think by the end of February I started going to train or whatever. But this year it was like, I think before Christmas I might have been shooting a bit. Just going through the motions, but at least ticking over. After Christmas then I said, yeah, let's go do this now. I had about, out of 3 practices, I had 1 good practice, and I thought it was kind of weird that it was the first practice out of the 3. You'd be thinking you'd work up to a good practice, but the first practice I was shooting like fucking awesome stuff. I put a photo up there. I mean, I fucking filled the X box, or the X circle, with my, I think 6 hours, 5 or 6 hours. I had to take a photo of that. Who knows when that'll happen again, but I have to, because she came home from practice there, was it a week ago, and she had a similar fucking photo on the 20 yards. So now there's this kind of, if you can do it, I can do it, but I'll do it better kind of thing. So now I've got to say, fuck this. I got to tear away. So I gotta practice. I gotta be getting them. But yeah, the distances are a problem. That's just down to you can't get that in a clubhouse, you know, in a range. The only way that comes to is by going frequently to different shoots, different woods, different targets, you know, the different layouts, everything, and you kind of get a general buzz. Because I look at it, they have these cards most of the time, and I mean, we had a 2-hour shoot yesterday, which fries my fucking brain, because I don't know how you compute the results, you know, how it's numbered. I'm so used to the 3-hour rounds. So this year I'm going to figure out the 2 hour. I'm told it's a piece of piss. It's easy. It's just, again, the lazy thing kicks in. You're like, you do it. Go find the arrows that are lost in the woods. But, yeah, I'm going to sort that out this year. I have a bunch of things now. It's just fine-tuning, I think. It's no panic. Like, you feel like, it's like you're driving a car first. But, you've like 6 more gears. You can easily go there when you need to. But at the same time, you're in this particular gear because you heard a knocking sound only in this gear, so you're going to figure it out. That's kind of what yesterday was about. And again, it was the first one back in the woods. And everyone has their own little way, their own little approach. And mine is like, shit, I missed the first one completely. Oh, I missed the second one completely. And I'll be telling myself, yeah, but they're so small. But you get this card, which you can make one at home and laminate it, put it on your quiver. So you have, it's something I should have done last year, but I just didn't because I was so eager to just be able to shoot the fucking bow. But you have like, what the fuck do they call them? 1, 2, 3, 4, I think. Grade 1, 2, whatever. There's people now grinding and shouting at me because I haven't fucking, I don't know the name. But it's basically if you have a target, you'll have a picture of the target, and the number on that card will give you the general range. You'll have an idea of what the furthest is. It could be like 20 yards or less. It could be 40 yards or less. It could be 60 yards or less. That kind of thing. So usually when you see those things, I'm like, it means nothing to me. I'm just gonna fucking wing it. But if you have the habit developed where you have your own little card and it'll tell you what that number means in regards to the distance or the general distance, it's probably a good thing to do. You should probably train the brain to fucking figure that out instead of going in there thinking you're a fucking Jedi, thinking feel the force. I'd say that's about a 60. The only reason I can hit a 60, I think, is because I think it was Mick Siri fucking told me. He said what he would do, he'd bring the shelf of his bow up to the top of the backstop, and then he'd go up about a meter and let it lift. And I tried that. I tried it, maybe I got it with the first one. Now it's just a question of where on the target. I've been lucky. Few times I got it in, would say, the midsection of a standing target. A couple of times I got it in the foot. Now if you're off with your line, you could have got under the belly and missed. But it gets you thereabouts, and then you can fuck with that at practice when you get the chance and fine tune it for you. So it's like when you're, because I gap shoot, and what that means is, we'll say if I'm shooting 20, I'm aiming for the X. We'll say, where would it be now? Say it's a standing target, and it's about 5 feet in height. So you might come down half a foot or a foot, and there's your X. For me to hit that, I'll put my arrow on the X, and then I'll drop it about a foot, maybe a foot and a half, and let her go, and she should be there or thereabouts in the middle, you would think. But unbeknownst to yourself, when you're doing this in the club, practicing, you get fucking tired because you're not bow fit, and it's the end of a working day or whatever. There's 100 fucking things in your day that just distract you. So you go there, you blow off some steam, and you're just focused on this thing. But the thing is, the focus is gone within 40 minutes to an hour maybe. And then it's like you're just so happy with yourself because you're doing so great, and you're meeting other, archery heads, and you're talking crazy, and then you relax, and then the next 45 minutes you're like, what the fuck's wrong here? Am I doing something wrong? Because you don't realize it. But if someone is videoing you, will say, it's usually it screams at you then, because you don't realize your bow arm is probably shaking, and your fucking focus is probably gone away because I've come here and I was awesome for an hour, but the second hour, this is where you gotta just get consistent, apparently. I know I definitely do. So if you're at a competition, you're shooting a few hundred hours a day, you're gonna feel that shit, like, you know. So you want to be doing your stretches and your push-ups just to get the shoulders. Because when I get the shot, my form would be when I'd eventually get it right, and I'd let loose. It'd be like a fucking a bubble pop somewhere in your back. And what the fuck was that? And you get this numb sensation in some part of the body, and it's like, I think I've cramped or something. Usually that's when you get the thing right, and it's also because you haven't been, you know, moving all those, we'll say, gangs of muscles in that way to do this thing. So when you get it right, they all click like knockers or whatever, and pop goes the muscle. So don't panic if that happens. That just means you did something right. I think. Usually I get a good score when I do that. It was happening a lot yesterday, and I wasn't getting good scores. So you may want to dismiss that. Fucking Aegis, James. James, you can't. But yeah, so some of the lads yesterday, I love when they come in for the podcast, because you can start off with the archery, and as I've been told, another archery one. Yes, it is another archery one. But get some new heads are going to come in this year, and it'll start off talking. It might even start off talking archery, but you know, it's like a safety net. You can talk about archery, and just, you know, it's interesting and it's funny as fuck. Cause it's not like, you know, you'd be watching the Olympics, and they're such supreme athletes, them Olympians, and they're so fucking stuffy and serious and click. You want the Happy Gilmore kind of fucker to walk on up there and just rock it, and just, you know, it needs shaking up, don't you think? It's so fucking boring. It would that's not the truth of archery, folks, the Olympics. That's just bullshit. I mean, I enjoy watching them and all that, just for the Koreans, Chinese, the Americans. They're fucking lethal, but it's boring. There's no characters there. I've got all these things I'm subscribed to on YouTube, and I get all these fucking updates of. There's a bunch there now that have piled up in the last week that I have to get to. But there's this. What was it? The women's. I'm not joking, because you're getting running commentary, obviously. While and some of them, there's 2 American lads there. They were doing an Indo one last year, the commentary, and they were fucking hilarious. So I'll be hoping for people like that to come along, because, you know what I mean. You need to kind of have that experience, and they have the behind the scenes knowledge, but they can break it down in such a way that it's like, you know, they can just, it's slapstick nearly, but very funny. But this girl, from what I got anyway, she broke some fucking huge record, and she was shooting a stupendous distance, and it was like, you know, I won't say a tie break, but it was close. But Joanne was like a machine, just consistently, the middle of the fucking X. Blew my mind. But they have, I know I shouldn't probably mention. See, I don't watch just my category, like field archery, like, whatever I am in field archery. I watch all the archeries. I even watch the fucking compound guys. They're just freaks. Those bows are just, you know what I mean? They're not a peacetime thing. they're just made for one thing, just kill. But in the competitions, they're excellent to watch. But like I said, it's all well and good if you're watching it and you're thinking, like, you know, you'll be picking up on things that you think they've changed their approach and this, that, and the other. And it's like a lot of fuck. Wow, how'd you get that shot? But still, there's that thing in the back of your mind thinking, oh, this is fucking boring. There's no, even when they finish shooting, they just kind of shake hands and fuck off. There's no, you know, there's no fucking energy there. There's no, I suppose people will say, no, yeah, well, you'd understand if you ever were good enough to be in a comp. That's fuck off. You know what I mean? You're there, fucking live it. So sure, when I'm shooting that IMM at the moment, there's one more now. What day is it? It's nearly February, so the third round and final round of the IMM International Mailing thing, whatever the fuck, competition, which I'm doing terrible in, it must be said, but it's a good experience. I was shooting there now, the first one I think I shot, and there was a lad there at the club, Jake, and we had a giggle, you know, and then there was another guy there, and just on the second round, so it was me, Jake, and this other guy, and we all had a giggle. And I'm thinking, like, it didn't feel like a competition. I mean, you're aware of it because you're marking someone's fucking scorecard every time, but you still have a giggle, like, you know what I mean? This fucking don't even smile bullshit, I don't know, that's just not. It's meant to be an enjoyable thing. It's fucking fantastic. The one in America was the best one last year. I seen indoors, and you have the field archery lads come in with their recurves. And it looked like they just walked out of a fucking bar and said, sure, I'll give it a go. Compared to then when you had these other lads come in, I've seen one or two of them in the Olympics, and these guys are in fucking uniform with brand names everywhere, like, you know, walking billboard, and not a smile on none of them, and they were good. But you know what the weird thing was, actually, the guys that were gap shooting, they were like hunter recurve, compared to the other lads who weren't. There wasn't a lot between them. And, you know, when I say two categories, there's one is probably gapping and the other has like a scope, and they have, I don't know, are they string walking, which is kind of like gapping, but once you know the distance you can find it on your string and adjust it instead of getting your arrow tip to make the adjustments. You're making it back here instead of up here, which I don't know. I see lads doing that and I'm fuck, I'll stick with the gap. So yeah, I don't think I'll be painting today at all. I've got to fix something on my fucking bow. I might do that tomorrow evening, actually. I've practiced tomorrow evening, and I will be there, and I will talk to you folks soon, because I gotta go now and eat a dinner and do stuff. So bye bye, go shoot some shit, have fun, talk to you later.